Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Well, hopefully this is going to be the last Jim Jordan video I record in a while, short of the Jim Jordan's been arrested and indicted on felony charges video, which I'm looking forward to doing the day that comes out. Entertainment purposes only, and trust me, I will be entertained. I'm just curious, after everything that's gone on for the past week, how is Jim Jordan feeling right now with the Republican Party? I'm curious what his big feels are as he takes his 3-day weekend before the GOP gets back to trying to not pick an electable candidate. Okay, what do we got? I'm upside down. Okay, he's getting ready. He's planning his next move. Wouldn't surprise me if he decides he's going to take a vacation. Where does Ted Cruz go hiding? Was it Cabo or someplace like that? Don't be surprised if you find out he takes a vacation for a little bit and takes some time off to recoup on that one. How's he feeling? Yeah, I think he knows he's safe in his gerrymandered district, but this was quite a rebuke. Quite an eye-opening rebuke from his party. That he thought he had this. He thought, if he just kept pushing, that it would do that. But he got a rebuke for that, and it's the end. This is actually going to be an end of his power within the Republican Party. The next speaker, the next female speaker of the House, who shall not be named unless I want to take a drink, might just be the type of person like Nancy Pelosi, who's got that real sharp personality, very no nonsense. Yeah, this is you, and I'm going to cut you off here. I think his political career, believe it or not, I think it's done. That doesn't mean he's out of the House because he's in a very gerrymandered district. But within Washington, within the House, he has just watched his power go away. This was a defining moment. In the Pass the Justice card, this was the right result to have happen. Him not getting elected. And it had everything to do with, first off, he's never passed any legislation. He's never co-sponsored a bill, much less had a bill that he wrote get through and become a law. And then he was a major face in the January 6th insurrection and all the events leading up to the election interference and the insurrection on that one. So he did this to himself. He absolutely did this to himself. Oh, how's he feeling about this? It's funny, the Empress can be my Russia card. I think he's going to take a break. I think he is going to take a break, and he's going to try and recharge his batteries. He just got battered. Now, mind you, the battering was him with his ace of clubs trying to beat his detractors into submission, and it didn't work. If anything, he's helped the conservatives grow in power, and the MAGA folks are losing their power because he was not able to bring this thing home. Yeah. He had his idea of how he was going to do it. He failed. And now the Ace of Swords is coming. I think the Republic... God, this could even... Yeah, it's supposed to be asking about him, but this might be telling me about what the GOP is doing. His brand of government didn't work. His style of winner takes all and I'm going to be your leader and I'm going to charge through it absolutely didn't work. McCarthy, as weak as he was, tried to make deals to get things to go through. Jordan wasn't really interested in making deals. He was much more interested in making threats. And he came across as false. And when folks are calling the wives of congressmen and calling congressmen and threatening them, yeah, forget it. They were done. That's obviously the end of his run as a speaker. But I'm also going to suggest that this might be the end of his run as somebody sitting on powerful committees. Do not be surprised if the next House Speaker comes in and starts removing him from and other MAGA people from positions of power if this person is a true conservative and not a MAGA Trump acolyte. As the conservatives try to reestablish their power. Now, mind you, it'll be to the howls of protests of the MAGA crowd, but these conservatives will be relying on the Democrats to maintain power. So it's, mom and dad may be fighting with each other, but now they're going to take the unruly 3-year-olds and put them in a room somewhere, and the 3-year-olds aren't dictating to the world what's going on. The inmates will no longer be running the asylum. Oh, God. Should I throw on descriptions of what the next speaker might be like? I'm going to throw on something like that, but not that one. I'm going to ask, okay, so what does the GOP do now? What do the House Republicans do now? They've got 3 days. They're going to take a 3-day weekend. They're going to come back, and now they have to get back to electing a new House Speaker. Will they reach out to the Democrats first? Will they take the plethora of 3 to 6 people who we've never heard of that are now suggesting that they should be the next Republican House Speaker? How is the GOP, how are they going to handle this? It's a new beginning. Could be a new journey. Is it a foolish journey or is it a new journey? Let's find out. Are they going to hold themselves hostage again to GOP candidates? Or are they going to hold themselves hostage to the Democrats? I guess, and that's what the choice is. Who are they going to, that's what this is. Who are they going to hold themselves hostage to? Because if they keep trying to nominate from within their own ranks, they will probably continue to not get people elected. If they reach out to the Democrats, they're going to be hostage to who the Democrats want and concessions the Democrats want. But if you want to go on, this is what's going to happen. Are you going to be a hostage in your own house? Or are you going to be a hostage with the other house? Page of Pentacles. Coming up with something to offer. Could be election interference. But coming up with a new idea, a new offer. Yeah, it could be. They could start working with the Democrats. I just think that they're going to want to try another conservative candidate to see if that's going to fly with the Democrats. If the Democrats were being sincere with working with them on this. But again, anything, they have to work with the Democrats at some point. They can't do it in-house. In the past, 10 of Pentacles, what are they going to do? It's always been in-house. And Republicans were great for staying in lockstep and keeping everything in the family, so to speak. But that's in the past. They are no longer a united family. They are a fractured family that's fighting viciously with each other. And they basically need an ambassador to come forward and try and be the House Speaker. Now, is that going to be a consensus ambassador or is that going to be a party ambassador? Oh, Queen of Wands, that is not helping me. Okay. There's going to be... they're considering what they want to do with this. They really are considering the position. I don't think they've made up their mind yet. They're going to be thinking about this. But they'll probably reach out to the Democrats to find out what the Democrats want in these negotiations. Lesson to be learned, Page of Cups. Looking at things differently, not doing things the way that you normally do things. Maybe they actually do reach out to the Democrats and start doing that. Page of Cups. Let's see what the outcome is. Knight of Cups. Now, if we just don't read this as a low energy thing, they might actually finally reach out to the Democrats to try and cut a deal. Maybe what this means is that they go in on Monday and, they hold a vote and you got 6 people in there and you have 6 people that get, somewhere between 20 and 50 votes. So that, no one person is the obvious choice. So they can't just say, we had 180 people or 200 people go for this guy. There's not going to be a united candidate. And so I think they're going to have to go work with the Democrats. Will they actually do that? Will they reach out to the Democrats? Will the GOP reach out to the Democrats? Sometime next week. I don't think it'll be Monday. I think they're gonna bicker and argue a bit on Monday because that's kind of who they are. But they should be making calls over the weekend. I suspect they will be making calls over the weekend because this has got to stop, and it's humiliating for the GOP on this one. Will they work with the Democrats next week on a candidate? Do we have Trump here? What do we have here? King of Pentacles. I was going to do a 6 card. I'm only going to do a 4 carder on this one. We got a Knight of Wands, Sun card, King of Wands. I don't think they will. I think, they still think that they hold all the cards here. This is sometime a Trump thing. Truth is going to be out, though. I think what happens is next week they try and keep it in-house, but it's just not working because they're not skilled and there's nobody that's a champion that's coming up. They've got pages. They've got pages here on this one, and they need knights and kings. You know what I mean? So they want a King of Pentacles, but what they've got is a Page of Swords. They don't have the person to lead, and they're finding that out. And then they're going to have to take action and move. And I think what will happen is once they figure out they don't have somebody to lead them, that's when they reach out to the Democrats. Because right now they just don't have the leader there. And it's going to be really obvious. Now, I'm trying to think if that was a McHenry or not. Could be. It could be McHenry. And then bring it back down again. The reason why I say this could be McHenry here is that, he's new in that job right now, and he's new in this. But he's currently the person sitting in that position. It was funny that they gave him a standing O, and he was embarrassed and kind of chuckling by it. But I think the thought of extending the powers of McHenry is going to get steam as the week goes on because they find out they don't have a leader. So this is their best path forward to doing that. In some ways, it's the easiest choice because they don't have to come up with a new candidate. You're just going to say, okay, well, we got this person in here, and they're doing the job, and we'll get this thing done. And then they can go full-on crazy next year. Now, again, if I were the Republicans, maybe they should try and make McHenry their speaker nominee. That would be an interesting thing. The Democrats might actually play ball with them as long as, they give concessions. And McHenry, or looking like Orville Redenbacher it's not his fault, although the bow tie is a choice of his, so that's gonna be on him. He's at least tried to be professional, and I think he's a traditional conservative. Now, I know I've seen stuff in the comments that he's done some crappy things, but at the same time, he at least looks like a serious-minded politician, and might very well be the type of person who keeps his word and actually, leads as opposed to rules. One of the things that I had heard or read was that the Republicans considered just putting him in charge and going with it. And he said no, he would resign before he would let them do that. He said, if you want to expand my powers, it needs to go for a full floor vote. So that at least tells me he understands the rules and the normal way of doing things, and he is an advocate for that. And he had enough. Think about that. A Republican was going to resign his position over ethics or morals. Clutch your pearls. I don't think we've heard that in quite a long time. So, maybe he might be up there. If a temporary position, maybe a more permanent position. And if he goes for a more permanent position, then I won't have to drink anymore. Anyways, we'll see how this turns out. Thank you for watching this video and supporting my channel. I hope you found some insight with these videos, maybe some humor. And thank you for everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm beast so that my video makes it out to new viewers. To those new viewers, welcome to the channel. Glad you could find us. Hope to catch you on the next one. Take care.